Alright, y'all, so LR Gomah is officially in the data, not out in game. He does release later tonight. I'm actually quite excited about this guy. He does seem like he's going to be a pretty good character overall. In fact, I mean, I think he's the best unit in the game in my opinion, but let's go ahead and actually test him out and see exactly what he's able to do. So to start things off, I'm actually running him on his own team. Then after this, we'll probably run him on the Daima Goku team. This is like a mix of Terrifying Conquerors and Demonic Power. His leader skill is pretty good. Of course, Demonic Power or Terrifying Conquerors, key 3 and 200% HP attack and defense. Again, it's pretty impactful in my opinion. I think it's going to reach a lot of characters, not even just now, but in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't think I could necessarily show his battle motion right here, but let's just go ahead and give this guy all this key, then we could show the other Gomah's battle motion. Unfortunately, we got both of them in the same rotation, so it's not like gonna be too crazy, but again, we can see his battle motion there. Looks pretty cool. Golden Frieza one looks pretty decent as well. So the thing about Gomah is he does actually have Thirst for Conquest and Big Bad Bosses, which is really good. It's just that on his own team, he might not really be able to take too much of an advantage over there right now, because again, if we look at the Terrifying Conquerors options, the only real other character you could use right now on that team is Baby. But a Baby doesn't really... He does need a lot of GT bosses, or what's it called? Corroded Body and Mind characters for him to be at his full power, become Super Baby 2 and turn 3, etc. You could run full power Frieza, the EGO EZA, but I think that we will be soon in a Terrifying Conquerors resurgence, right? We have the Cooler EZAs upcoming, for example. We have some Super EZAs for like Tech Frieza. Next year we can get Giant Form Piccolo Jr. his EZA, Turles. Like there's a lot of Terrifying Conquerors in the near future. Even in the next couple of months we could see that happening, because we are not too far off from next year, so that's gonna be pretty cool. Either way, we also do have this Golden Frieza active skill. Now the thing about this team is that you can actually run Golden Frieza plus Gogeta at full power, because we do have the 3 super class allies and the 4 extreme class allies here, so that's really nice. Gomah is a character that does have 99% damage reduction for the first 3 attacks he actually receives, but on top of this, for the first 4 turns, if there's a Demonic Power Terrifying Conquerors ally, he'll get his intro and have a 73% chance to dodge. After receiving or evading an attack within the turn, he'll get key 5, 200% attack, and a 70% chance to launch an additional super, so that's pretty good. This Rose Goku Black AoE will affect all of these characters here. So let's grab that with the Frieza plus Gogeta. And the only reason why I'm not using the target skill... Actually, I probably should use the target skill here, because there's not really a reason not to. The thing about Gomah is with Golden Frieza plus Gogeta, you use the active skill and it saves his passive. Because the thing is, once he receives the 3 attacks in battle, he'll lose that extra 66% damage reduction. But in this fight, since there's an AoE attack, it will not only activate his condition for the giant form, which is again, he only has to receive or evade an attack, but it'll save that passive. And he'll still get this activated because the AoE will still be launched on him. So honestly, I might as well just like reset and let Golden Frieza do his thing. So let me just do that. Alright, we're back here. Let's go ahead and use the Golden Frieza Gogeta active skill. This, of course, will just target all attacks towards him, and I think it will just help out quite a bit. So we'll just go ahead and grab this with you. We heal up all the way to max, and then this Gomah will grab this. Now, keep in mind, they're not at full key yet, but they will build up to full key here. Now, the thing about this Gomah is, even though he's locked in slot 1, this means that the next turn he'll be in slot 2 at the start of turn. That will give him permanent 333% defense at the start of turn for the rest of the fight. On top of this, at the start of each turn, he has 150% attack and defense, then a high chance of key 1 and 100% attack. Now, if we take a look here at the attack stats of these characters, I think one of the Gomahs got the passive, because you see this one, that well, the attack that's a little higher, but I think that's because he got the full passive right there, if I'm not mistaken, the extra 100% attack potentially. We'll go ahead and see the difference in their damage numbers, because they'll both be at max key anyways. And we see Gomah did get the dodge there, so they still have 3 attacks that they could receive with 99% damage reduction. So this is a 44 million attacks that they're starting off, which is pretty decent. He only has a 33% chance to crit, unfortunately. Now, as we saw right there, his 12 key. His 18 key super attack is actually a AoE attack, and it does also greatly lower his attacking defense. So you saw Goku Black did get the defensive buff, but the offensive buff didn't really proc, and that's because the debuff kind of basically cancels out that 30% buff that Goku Black would usually be getting. Quote unquote cancels out, but Goku Black does get buffed with every attack he receives. However, if we're debuffing him, it's not really gonna change that much. This other Gomah is also going to be able to do the same thing here. So this 47 million. In fact, I actually think this Gomah is the one that got the attack buff. 44 versus 47 million. No crit on Zamasu or Goku Black there. We do get this 70% chance additional. Now, the thing about this is it does give all allies a 20% defense buff for 2 turns. So next turn, we're going to see the defensive buff apply to our characters, which is really cool. It's really going to help some of these like turn 1 performances, especially since Gomah is buffing Goku Black with his AoE. Getting the extra buff is just going to be super useful. So okay, we don't have a Piccolo on the team for Gohan's unit super attack, but that's okay. We'll keep the Super Saiyan 4 here, and yeah, I mean, Golden Frieza could just stay here as well. That's not really the biggest deal. We'll grab this with this guy, and then we can get some of the AGL keys first. Now, we pretty much win at this point. And there's multiple reasons why, but let's just keep going for now. Look at this here. I forgot, this guy need a full demonic power character rotation? I don't think so. Yeah, he just needs 1 demonic power ally in the team, and he's good to go from there. Kid Gohan only needs 1 demonic power character on the same turn as well, or Heavenly Events too, which again is very easy to get on this team anyway, so it's not really the biggest deal. We'll just grab that, and we should be good for the rest of this turn. Now, what I will say is the reason why we win is because we have the giant forms now. Gomah, like I said, after he receives or evades an attack within battle, does have access to a giant form transformation. This giant form transformation only lasts for 1 turn, but Zamasu and Goku Black are guaranteed a super attack every single turn. That's just how this fight is, I guess, in the data. So because they're guaranteed a super attack every turn, we're essentially going to cancel out their super attacks. And by canceling out their super attacks, they can't kill us. And we just get a free turn of damage. And we can do whatever we want. It also allows us to move around Zamasu's locking. At least in this fight, right? Or any other fight that has locking in general as well. We're able to just kind of get around that, which is also just a really good plus on top of this. So that's super useful. So let's say, for example, Gomah next turn is in slot 2. But let's say on the 4th turn, Zamasu is still alive by any chance. If Zamasu locks Gomah, I can move Gomah to slot 2. And if I'm not mistaken, he will actually get his slot 2 buff, which is going to be really good. On top of this, I saw something on Twitter that was very interesting, where if Gomah uses his giant form, he could actually proc his 150% defense and high chance of key 1 and 100% attack multiple times in the same turn, which is really good. All right, I think Goku Black is supering Gohan here, if I'm not mistaken. This should be fine. I don't believe we die here, so we should be looking good to go. It'd be really funny if I do die here, but we should be good. Oh, we do die. Okay, well, sorry about that, Kid Gohan. There's a few things we can consider from that last kind of situation where Gomah is attacking Goku Black. That doesn't matter. And he keeps, bro. I want to see what Gomah is doing. Okay, I usually wouldn't do this, but we're good. I want to show you guys what Gomah is able to do. This is moving him off rotation is just not gonna. be a proper showcase of what this guy could do. We'll put him in slot 1, honestly. I could put Kid Gomah in slot 1. I guess it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but I would also get Master of Magic, which is a defensive link. I believe it does, whenever this wants to load, does give 15% attack, which is pretty significant, but I'm not sure if Kid Gohan would necessarily survive a super attack there from the Rose Goku Black. I would rather Gohan does get a super attack off first, and luckily Gomah doesn't need too much ki, so we can grab that with you. We can get Gohan this actually, because Gloria will also be able to give his support here, which is going to give us 1 ki. So that's going to be super impactful. So let's see the difference. This turn we don't have Terrifying Conquerors, which does matter, honestly, not having that Terrifying Conquerors link. If he doesn't dodge this, it is 100% damage reduction though, so there it is. Well, guess what? You can't damage. We have well, I say 100%, but I have 99% damage reduction here. It doesn't matter. So we definitely see the difference there without Terrifying Conquerors. It does give a pretty significant buff. Now we do have Glorio support, but it's not really going to be like, oh, that's such a big difference without it. Now here we are getting a 20% 2-turn defense support buff, and if we did get the additional super, we would get another proc of that. And we still have our 73% chance to dodge, and we still could receive 2 attacks just by taking 0 damage. Now this does also, again, account for normal attacks. So if we do get hit by a normal attack, it also is another turn where we basically, I guess you could say, waste the damage reduction, or the attack where we waste that. Now Goku Black and Zamasu already super attacked us in both the first slot, so we're actually good to go from here. Kid Gohan's actually doing a okay amount of damage, funny enough. Triple super and all of them potentially critting. Crit on this one too. Nice. Okay, you know, that did a pretty decent chunk of Zamasu's HP, about like, what, 15% maybe or so. We'll definitely take that, considering that, again, he's just like healing everything. Glorio doesn't really need to lock in here. Like, I think Goku Black's normal is not gonna kill this guy if he doesn't get like 5 supers. And Glorio, sometimes you have off days. He still dodged though, so we're fine. Sweet. Golden Frieza Gogeta got locked there. Well, I mean, again, we could use Golden Frieza and Gogeta's active skill here. There's not really a reason not to use it, so let's just get that out of the way. Zamasu is also going to heal instantly, so that's actually kind of good for us. Goku Black's the only issue is Goku Black's AoE is after we're attacking, so Gomah's not going to get us full passive here. I still think that's good to show, because Gomah might not always be there. So we see Gomah's at 1,000,000 defense start of turn already, because he has his passive of being in the second slot activated turn 1. So that's really, really good for us. We'll probably save just a lot of these orbs for Gomah. Now, the only other issue on top of this is that Gomah's not going to be able to get his 12 key additional super outside of the hidden potential system. Now, I could have put Gomah slot 1 there, but it's not really the big deal. We'll just keep things as they are. As long as Gomah's able to evade or receive that AoE attack, we're good to go. And this allows Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku to just kind of sit in slot 1, so we can continue to get the links for Golden Frieza and Gogeta, who in slot 3, they're actually going to do a pretty significant amount of damage, I feel like, in that slot 3, because they're receiving a lot of different attacks here. It allows Daima Super Saiyan 4 to build up, and next turn, we can just move the rotations as we please with the giant form. So, I mean, I think you guys are kind of seeing the value of Gomah. We just had unfortunate luck with the super attack against Gohan right there. It is what it is. Now, Glorio or Gomah getting locked in slot 3 in that first turn also did suck. I think that would have probably been a killing run, honestly, with Kid Gohan sitting in slot 1 there, but I just want to show what Gomah's able to do, right? And how he's able to kind of help the team if you're able to get past the first turn, which is not really the most difficult thing of all time. In fact, if anything, maybe like turn 2 could be where like the specific team build does struggle. But I just want to show how things could flow, right? And obviously, as a Gomah showcase, it's like if Gomah's locked in slot 3 the entire video, like what's, you know, like I feel like that's not even really showing him off. He's not like a slot 3 support character. He's intended to be an on rotation character, right? Of course, you know, he's intended to be in slot 1, considering that you would activate his passive. I think like his passive is meant for him to activate later on in the battle, but you could get it turn 1 just based on how things go, which we see right here. All right, Zamasu's hurt really bad now. We do have the giant form now though, so we could actually activate this, and I don't think it's necessary. We could save it actually. Well, I feel like that super, like Rose supering at the end is pretty likely, just really looking at this, but I really do like the attack pattern here. That's tough because Kid Gohan, I mean, his second turn, he should be fine here. I don't think we'll necessarily have an issue, but I might as well just use the giant form anyways. But that also gets rid of the AoE. I'll probably save the giant form. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I feel like that super tag is right at the end there, but let's save the giant form just because I want to see what Gomah's attacks that would be here as well. We have Fierce Battle and Legendary Power. Let's just see what, let's see what goes on, because there's not really an unfortunate lock here. We can let this Golden Frieza get a bunch of attacks in, which I think is pretty impactful. All right, so I think that's Gomah's final, this Gomah's final hit, because he got hit twice. So now if he doesn't dodge another attack, he does not have the 99% damage reduction. He only has his 33% reduction here. If we use the giant form, we could have saved that for an extra attack against the AoE, but I purposefully did not use it. So let's see where Goku Black wants to super. And keep in mind, on this turn, we still have our 73% chance to dodge, but the next turn we will run out of that extra chance to dodge right there. So we're at a 65 million attacks, and again, he continues to shoot up and up, higher and higher in terms of the damage he's able to do. We did not potentially get the 70% additional. No, we did get the 70% additional. So that's a 38.6 million attacks there right there. Let's see. One more? No, we do not get one more. But the Rose Super is aimed at us. Dodge this one. Nice, 73% chance to dodge. Kid Gohan should be fine. I feel like this might not even kill. But that's 500k. So we see there Gomah. I didn't use the that Rose Super would have killed us. That's because he ran out of the damage reduction. But okay, Gomah. Took a decent amount of damage there. It's good to see though. But again, if I use the giant form, we just could have like completely avoided that in general. Like it wouldn't have actually mattered in the first place. So okay, Gohan's obviously fine there. So Glorio's locked in slot 1, but it doesn't matter. So right here, we're gonna use Gomah's active skill and kind of just win. We kill Zamasu with this. We put Glorio slot 3. We are good to go. We're gonna start debuffing this guy very heavily. This Gomah also does still have his full passive. As we see, he has not received a single attack here. So he has 3 attacks that he could take still with the 99% reduction. So let's go ahead and play Gomah's active skill here and get the animation in. All right, so Gomah's giant form actually does have an active skill. Let's just move the characters around as I would. I think this should be the main Gomah right here. So this active skill, if we take a look here, does raise attack by 333% temporarily and causes ultimate damage to the enemy. We'll actually use the active skill on Goku Black because I think Gomah's normal attacks are just going to be able to kill Zamasu by himself. So let's see how much damage this actually does to Zamasu here. Or Goku Black. Well, they're both Zamasu, you get the point. That's a pretty good amount of damage, honestly. We will definitely take that. So let's set up Ki in a good way for us. We'll bring down these orbs here. We're actually going to attack Zamasu a few times as well here, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I could bring this and the AGO orbs and then save the tech orbs for healing next turn. I think that'd be a good idea. Yeah, okay. Or I do want to see what he does at 24 Ki. So we'll do this. I want to see what Gomah looks like at 24 Ki in this giant form too. He only has one super attack, by the way. Not really a big deal. So he is doing a... Is that 160 mil? Or is that 16 mil? Am I crazy? No, that's 16 mil. I was going to say... I can't read numbers, I guess. Yeah, no. I'm just kind of blind. I was like, for a second I thought that was 160 mil. I was like, what? Guys, I'm kind of blind. It's okay though. It's okay. All right, Rose did super attack us right there. It doesn't really matter though. I actually thought we would have killed Zamasu here, but I guess not. So we probably should have just active skilled Zamasu. Again, not that it really matters. I mean, like, it doesn't. We still just kill here anyways. If anything, I could technically use Goku's active skill to kill Zamasu, but at least Zamasu is pretty much dead here and they can't super attack us anyways, so who kind of cares really, you know? I guess Goku Black will have his full buffs up with Zamasu here, but not the big deal. Alright, so Gomah is back to normal size. That's actually a very funny ending animation right there. Oh no, we're locked. What do we do? We win. So Gomah, yeah, we see here his passive activated again. That's really good. That is passive activated twice there. So we'll just make sure we finish Zamasu off here. I think that's a good idea. Glorio should be safe slot 3. Just in case, we'll just make sure Zamasu's dead though. So we'll grab all of this with you. We'll use Goku's active skill, which will just also target Goku Black with this active skill just because it'll do a lot of damage. And I think we win this turn. They can't super us. I think we just do enough damage to kill them. Yep. Definitely not as much damage as like having a Super Saiyan 4 character on the same rotation. Well, just in case Zamasu's alive, I'll attack him. But I'm pretty sure he's going to be dead. Glorio is also going to be able to mega debuff. So, dodge. Nice. Huge dodge right there. Let's see what damage you're doing. 66 million. And keep in mind, that is... So he doesn't have the... Yeah, the 33% chance to crit is not really popping in. Keep in mind though, he doesn't have like terrifying conquerors or big bad bosses. Like if we had like if we put him on a really strong villain setup, he could be looking a lot better. This is also only on a 200% team. A 220% team, he could look a lot stronger, but I mean, this video is already what, 23 minutes long. I wanted to show him on a separate team, but maybe I'll just make that a separate video in general. I mean, realistically, I should spread the content out a little more. I feel like content-wise, I was kind of like down in the dumps. I would say like the past like week or two, but sometimes it's hills and valleys, chat, right? You know, sometimes you feel it, sometimes you don't feel it. Don't want to force myself to do things that I kind of don't care about. Like, I didn't do like, I think the free-to-play Grota Body and Mind team. The manga team, I kind of like didn't care about like doing a showcase for the manga characters, just cause I feel like, I don't know, to me, I view those characters as collection, right? I'm getting off topic here, but it's good to be real. So Glorio's continuing to debuff you, and we get the dodge, another dodge. Oh, guys, guess what? Guess what, guys? We have another giant form that we saved on purpose. Wow, is that not crazy? Wow, guess what? You are not going to be able to super attack me, so it doesn't really matter. We'll go ahead and grab this. We have another Gomah active skill that we will just use. Goodbye. I could have probably actually grabbed those tech orbs. That would have been a good idea. Goku Black, yeah, that active skill does quite a lot of damage, doesn't it? Ooh, that's pretty good. And again, Gomah, I didn't really break down his passive skill when he's transformed, but he does get Ki 3 per Ki Sphere, super effective, 33% chance to crit, and a 333% attack. So Zamasu's not here anymore. He can't lock us. Goku Black supering us doesn't matter because we're gonna cancel it out and take 0 damage anyways. And again, this will also reactivate Gomah's starter turn attack and defense passive with this high chance to get an additional 100%. So I think this shows off why Gomah is as good as he is. Very impactful, crazy good character. Oh yeah, you know that HP recovery we saw? He also does recover 15% HP at the end of turn, which I completely forgot about. He's just doing so much. He's supporting, he's debuffing, he's doing quite a lot of damage. He's canceling out enemy supers, team protector with this as well. Like, he has a good leader skill. He has a good link set. Like, he's able to cook really, really hard. And even if we don't kill right here, it doesn't necessarily matter. Because we just put LR Golden Frieza in the AGL 1 slot 1. Like, we're good to go. Even though we're not going to necessarily kill here. Let's see. Yeah, again, we could just put LR Golden Frieza here. Like this. Gomah's not going to be able to get his additional, but I think it doesn't really matter because we kill here anyways. Like, okay, who cares? We can't get our additional, you're dead. Like, Golden Frieza still has his guard and damage reduction because he appeared in slot 7, so, yep. Actually, he doesn't have his guard, but he still has his, what, 80% damage reduction with his full build-up and the Golden Frieza links. Yeah, we're good. We're good to go. So, I probably will have things here. Let me know what you guys are thinking about Gomah. Really, really good and fun character. Appreciate y'all for watching the video. I think if I attacked Rose more, I could have gotten the active skill KO, but it's fine. Overall, pretty good team for Gomah right here. I think he's able to cook really well. Thanks y'all for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.